back with familiar foes on opposite sides of the Colt Corral tonight, where the youth movement takes full effect for Clear Fork against an experienced Lexington squad with all 5 returning starters. It's an all-Richland County menu to go alongside your Turkey Day leftovers, and it's served up hot and fresh only on the OH Report.
Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now.
James One Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James One Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, when you've got your lays that don't last many days, 'cause the whole family's here. Oh, wow. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all. The trees at an angle, the lights are all tangled. Doritos, good call! It's the happiest season of all. There'll be smart food for munching, some ruffles for crunching, and snowball fights out in the snow.
Crying!
Run.
Family portraits are cheesy with Cheetos, it's easy. White shirts were a bad idea though. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Grab the queso and salsa. Don't double dip, you monster! Pass the Tostitos here. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be gifts for returning and recipes burning and snacks all laid out in a row. We'll smile through the season, hold tight to the reasons the holidays make our hearts glow. It's the most wonderful time, yes, the most wonderful time, oh, the most wonderful time of the year. Happy holidays! Happy holidays!
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
It's a full helping of high school hoops taking over your holiday weekend with Clear Fork and Lexington getting together to tip off the regular season. Good evening, folks. Hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. My name is Brian Skronsky alongside the great Jesse Ryder tonight. We got two teams, totally different looking rosters, Jesse. We're talking about a Lexington squad. Everybody is back for them, including all 5 of their starters. And then Clear Fork, almost nobody back, totally wiped out for graduation. Just 2 players return with any varsity experience.
Yeah, experience can be a wonderful thing at this level. And I think you look at kind of what Lexington did last year, and I think you'll hear the coach talk about a little bit of the disappointing season in terms of win-loss. But certainly there is some talented players that are coming back and looking to kind of redeem that year they had last year, going up against a team that this is going to be brand new tonight, kind of to take it all in against a crosstown rival, a local competitor. You're going to learn on the fly tonight.
And here, this graphic will kind of depict for you what last season looked like for both of these squads. Clear Fork, just 8 wins. They lost in the sectional final against Huron. The Minutemen, they had one of their worst seasons in program history last year, just 4 dubs for them. Really found it hard to get on the court. So many different COVID outbreaks for the team. I believe they played more games than they actually practiced a year ago, and they actually didn't get to play each other. This is a traditional rivalry game, and even though they're non-conference opponents now, they try to schedule themselves twice a year even still, Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, what, they're like 5 minutes away, really. It's just a great opportunity. 2 local schools who usually are pretty similar in competitive levels and in different abilities. So it's fun to watch them match up, and obviously last year we would have loved to have seen it. I think they had similar teams last year, but I think this is going to be a really fun night. We're going to see kind of 2 different styles of teams and kind of just 2 different programs in terms of where they're at right now. Clear Fork, we talked about, young, rebuilding, going to learn a lot. Lexington, expectations are certainly higher than last year, and there's a lot of returning players.
Let's make a spotlight on the top returning guy for them, Baden Forup. This dude's got great size on the inside, listed at 6'7". He's still growing too, just a youngster, a junior, now with a full year of varsity experience under his belt, and you can't quantify that enough, Jesse, how much that means to be a sophomore, start the whole year, and be amongst the leading scorers and rebounders on the squad.
Yeah, you can't teach size. I mean, sometimes you find kids who they're just naturally big or naturally just athletic or whatever it might be. Lexington has 2 players coming at 6'7", sophomore Elijah Hudson and junior, who you alluded to, Baden Forup. I mean, it's hard to duplicate that. If you don't have size, you don't have size, and Lexington has that luxury to have 2 players that's listed at 6'7".
Totally different story when you look at the returning players for Clear Fork, as we've been alluding to. They're looking at a sophomore with no varsity experience to kind of lead the way. This young gentleman right here, Coach Bexel told me he's been putting in a lot of work outside of the gym in terms of learning the game, breaking down some film, always has questions at practice. So while he hasn't proven it yet at this level, they feel like Adam is a kid that they can probably rely on this year, at least to care when he's out there on the floor a lot.
Yeah, you're going to learn a lot just through experience this year for Clear Fork. You're just giving away minutes. They lost so many minutes, points, rebounds, all the statistics you want to build up, they have lost from their previous graduation and previous teams. So there's guys out there who are going to look to feel who's going to be the rebounder, who's going to be the scorer, but really who's going to be the leader on this team, but with so many players kind of that have left for graduation.
So let's look at the keys to the game tonight for the Clear Fork Colts. I'm going to let you start, Jesse. Take us into the unknown.
Yeah, into the unknown. What we just alluded to, there's a lot of just figuring things out, and you can get scrimmages, you can get practice time, but you can't really duplicate the game experience. It's a packed house here tonight, local rivalry. I mean, the students are well represented here, and so for Clear Fork, it's really going to be, hey, can we figure things out on the fly, limiting some of those mistakes? Who's going to score? Who's going to get the ball the most? Who's going to get a lot of the touches? Who's going to be able to get those big defensive stops that we need? And so there's just a lot of kind of asking that question and leading into the unknown. Who's going to be the one to kind of lead us and get the stops we need and be able to get the buckets we need when we need them?
And as long as you don't turn it over, typically you give yourself a healthy chance to win. So I feel like they just need to handle the pressure tonight. Lexington, of course, going to try to send it at them. The keys for the Minutemen tonight, you feel like they got to get it done on the boards. They got all that size, right?
Yeah, when you have 2 guys listed at 6'7", listen, you can be big, but you got to be big and be able to get rebounds. And if you can get rebounds, you're stopping them from giving up second chance opportunities. And if you can get some offensive rebounds, you're getting those second chance opportunities. So you've got to play big. I think it's going to be key. Box out, positioning, and just the idea, can you go get the basketball to get that rebound is really going to be kind of clutch.
Here is the opening tip, and how about that size already becoming a factor? Braden Forup wins the tip, and here come the Minutemen, opening possession of the season. A lot of hype around this team, even though just 4 wins a season ago. Everybody back, including all these players on the floor right now, and that's a travel to kick off the season. Never a good sign.
Yeah, you never like when your first possession results in a quick turnover unforced at that. But now, this is probably what's going to cause a little bit of concern for Clear Fork is the press for Lexington. Just the confidence. Do you have the confidence in ball handling, the press break? And there's the first turnover already. That's a big defensive play. It's going to be a foul. I thought he might have got the ball, but I think he gets a little bit of the arms as well. But those are the type of mistakes that are going to be difficult to overcome when it's one-on-one, it's a press break, and he just picks his pocket and goes right to the rim.
Van Osel with the turnover. Going in was Eichler off of the theft. Here are the starting lineups tonight for the Minutemen. Caden at the line right now. He's got A.J. Young with him in the backcourt, along with Tyler Jackson, and then the 2 big guys in the middle. Hudson Moore, another outstanding returning player for the Minutemen. Great size for him as well, listed at 6'3".
Let's see if Clear Fork can get a little bit better press break here. See already, there's going to be out of bounds again. It's 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Colts on the press here, just causing fits already. And the press break is still catching Clear Fork by surprise right now.
That one's going to be tipped. Minutemen nearly returned the favor. Unable to squeeze it, though. Bo Dornbearer, and he's in the starting lineup tonight, along next to Caleb Riddle on the inside. Caleb Haller, Van Osel, and Skoog on the perimeter for the Colts.
I think it's going to be a warning from the referee to stop shooting after the whistle. Alexis got a couple shots up after the foul's been called, clearly been called, and they're just shooting up for fun. Referee is giving a warning there. A little bit of a sloppy opening 30 seconds here. A couple turnovers, a couple fouls, and only 1 point to show for it. So we talked about you can't duplicate kind of this game atmosphere, and sometimes when you get into it, you find yourself doing things that you're not used to, or positioning's a little off, timing's a little off, and that's what we're seeing right now.
So both teams actually are receiving a warning for a shot that was taken at the other end by Clear Fork.
I don't know how you warn Clear Fork when they've not crossed half court yet, but that's all right.
That's what the official just said.
I think Coach Bechtel had the same thing out. We get a warning. We've not even got a ball across the midline yet, and being warned on the offensive side.
Three-pointer on the way, too strong, into the hands of Haller. With 2.2 points per game, the leading returning scorer for the Colts. So they truly are into the unknown here in these opening weeks of the season, trying to figure out who's going to be a top contributor, and so far, not even a shot attempt.
Yeah, 3 possessions, 3 turnovers for the Colts so far, and just sloppy. But, Lexington has kind of returned the favor. They've at least got a free throw to show for it, but a lot of turnovers in the first minute of the game so far.
Riddle faces up, almost had his pocket picked.
About 3 times, but he does well to keep the ball there and keep possession. I'd like to see him just get a shot off here, just get a quality look. It's another turnover. Great play. Caden Eichler read it right, kept it in bounds.
Hands it off, Moore on the run. Fouled on the shot attempt. So he'll head to the line for a couple of free throws, and after we check out this Charter Next Gen replay, we'll hear from the head coach of the Lexington Minutemen, Scott Hamilton. Our Travis Berardi had a chance to catch up with him just a couple of moments ago. Moore misses the first attempt here as we wait for Hamilton. Second one up and pure. Extends the Minutemen lead now to 2-0.
For the season, but now you've had a full season under your belt. You've had a full summer and preseason to get ready. What are you looking for out of these guys now that you've had a lot of prep time?
Well, we have big expectations, obviously, at Lex every year regardless. With the athletes and the quality kids that we can put on the floor. But, coming off of last year, we keep reminding these kids that we've proven nothing. We haven't accomplished anything. with that only 4-win season last year. So we've got a lot to work on, a lot to improve. I've seen positive things in practice so far, but we're a long way from a January, February team right now.
I know you guys pride yourselves on defense. Defensively tonight, what do you need to do to get on top?
Well, I think we need to communicate really well. We just got to talk to each other. A lot of work to do, but that can be swallowed up if you play good team defense and put yourself in good positions. I've got a couple of guys we're really focusing on and trying to get their hands down, not pick up the fouls. And some of our scrimmages, we had a lot of whistles blown. So we're working on it. We've got the aggressiveness going so far, but that team concept and trying to be able to keep guys on the floor from getting in foul trouble is, one of our main focuses so far.
And, a good defense turns into a good offense. On the other side of the ball offensively, what do you need to do tonight to be successful?
Well, I think we've got to execute what we want to do as far as where we want shots taken, by who, and at what time in the clock. So, if we're smart and we're disciplined, I think we can get good looks. And if you get good looks and you miss it, you still got a good look, and that's all that we can do from the bench. But I think we got the guys that can hit some shots, but we've got to be very unselfish. And I think we can really move the ball around and we can get shots from all over the place, but it's just we can be disciplined. And first night, obviously, you get a little bit of jitters in that.
Well, good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
Back to you guys.
Appreciate Coach for the time, and Clear Fork still looking for their first points of the night. A charge called at the other end during the interview as Lexington and A.J. Young sizzling from the perimeter now.
A.J. Young just got an earful from his coach as well, celebrating the three and forgot he's supposed to be up on the press. That'll be a lesson learned. You don't do that later in the season. You learn that lesson here. We talked about that charge you just mentioned. That was Caden's second foul. So not only did the bucket not count, he checked out of the game as well to kind of prevent picking up that third foul early on. That's a big loss for the big junior.
Holler looks to utilize the screen. Defended well by the Minutemen. Now Skoog swings it. Good looking cut, open jumper, too strong. And just the size, intimidating on the inside four up over the top of everybody.
And Clear Fork, just being patient in their offense and not rushing it, not looking for any quick shots. They just want to get a good looking shot. And when they've not turned the ball over, they've got a couple of good looks, just haven't come away with any points yet.
Baden right into the chest of the defender, overshoots it, but he's got friends in low places. It's Eichler with the offensive board and stick back.
Yeah, that was good defense by Bo there. Contested it well, not a block, but certainly altered that shot a little bit from Baden. But Lexington just does well to rebound and put it right back up there. See Coach Hamilton really getting on the pressure on the ball, especially when they, Clear Fork's had a couple kind of ball slips away or gets knocked away a little bit, and then just immediate pressure, just trying to cause a little bit of disruption and create a turnover there.
If you're a fan of Minutemen basketball or have been watching them during the 9 years that Scott Hamilton has been there, that's what he wants. Nice man-to-man defense out on the perimeter, really suffocate your opponent. That's what they've been known for years. A little too aggressive here, though. Looks like the foul going against the Minutemen.
I didn't see the foul. The referee called it right away. Something on the baseline there. A little bit of contact off the ball, it must have been.
So it's Haller to trigger. And tipped. The size of Jack Depperschmidt creating some problems.
Looked like a little bit of confusion there on the play underneath there from Clear Fork. You had a couple guys running away from the basketball, but not really anybody going to the basketball. And so let Lex kind of sit in front and pick that pocket.
Moore gives it away. Clear Fork with just about 5 minutes gone by here in this opening quarter, looking for their first points of the season. But instead, another giveaway.
Well, Coach Bechtel mentioned earlier about just protecting the basketball. When you have a young team, inexperienced, that is key. If you could just get good scoring opportunities rather than turning over, it just results in better chances. Right now, Clear Fork is just not coming away with good shot selection and be able to handle the basketball.
Moore lines up a three, knocks it down, adding a new piece to his game. Timeout taken by the Colts. Lexington out to a 10-0 advantage here early. And while they're in timeout, we'll take a listen to an interview that we had with Stephen Bechtel. 14th season now for Clear Fork, and he kind of knew the challenge that he was up against this season. with so much inexperience out on the floor. He spoke with our Travis Berardi just before the match.
From them?
Just every day coming to work, getting better every day, and just continuing to work hard. And, we know that it's going to be some bumps and bruises as we go, but they just stay resilient and keep fighting.
Now, Caleb Haller, he's had some experience on the varsity level. He's going to be leading this team out here. What does he need to do to lead these other somewhat unexperienced kids get their footing under them in the first couple of games of the season?
Just lead by example. Be that communicator that we need out there on the floor, especially when things aren't going our way, and just continue to be positive.
And what are some keys to possibly get a victory here tonight?
Take care of the basketball, transition defense, and box out and rebound.
All right, good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Well, what a start here for Lexington as Caden Eichler comes from the backside. Another theft, and the defense continues to be poured on. How about Caleb with the Superman and then the three, knocking it down. Elijah Hudson off the bench. Colts want to talk things over yet again.
Yeah, it's not always nice when you can sub in your 6'7" guy for another 6'7" guy who then can step in and knock down a three. Look at the hustle play by Lexington on the floor, just creating havoc. The press is just too much for Clear Fork to handle right now, creating, I think, 5, 6, 7 turnovers already just in the first quarter.
So great once again, too. Students back in the house. We got student sections. It just makes the atmosphere so much better. Lexington, the Purple Haze, always travel, making a difference so far here early, I think, with the pressure being right in front of them. A little bit noisy, Jesse, and then with all this inexperience out there, Clear Fork's off to a pretty rocky start.
Yeah, it's tough to duplicate what you're seeing right now. Even in a scrimmage, when you face a full court press, the intensity level's just a little bit different, and I think that's what you're seeing. You've got the student body, you're playing right in front of them, they're cheering, they're loud, they're right there, and you just get that extra bit of energy, and for Clear Fork, it's just positioning a little bit, decision-making, and getting used to the speed of play on the press. Those three things have just cost quite a few turnovers early on in the first quarter.
And as you can see, a packed house here inside of the Colt Corral. Where me and Jesse, we don't even have table space, man. We're just kind of using our laps over
here. We're common fans tonight. I don't know. You see a little bit better patience from Clear Fork, not rushing it, not running right into the pressure. See Alex Deppersmith has checked into the game as well. If you're a soccer fan, a lot of former soccer players out there, big part of tonight's team. Big block. Oh, the referee has called the foul. Maybe a little bit in the hand. I don't know. I thought he got it clean. Coach is going to have a question. Just says, hey.
And this is the sophomore, younger Hudson. Boy, that didn't look like any contact in the replay.
Coach is arguing with the other referee. I think just trying to make a point. The other referee's getting a laugh out of it. He didn't call the foul. He knows what he saw. But
so will it result in some Clear Fork points? They're on the board, Jesse. Caleb Detmer, the senior, finally ends the drought. Took him 6 minutes, 6 seconds.
Now there is some height on the floor for Lexington right now. 6'7", 6'7", 6'3". And Gage Potter's out there at 6 foot. When the Gage Potter is the little guy on the floor, you know you've got some height out there.
So much versatility with the size as well for Hamilton's bunch. Thorpe and Moore down on the blocks with the box out. Instead, it's Detmer putting it through.
Yeah, Elijah Hudson certainly 6'7", but he plays more like a perimeter player. You'll see him kind of camp out on the wing a little bit, able to knock down some threes as he did earlier. Initiating a little bit of contact in there, both ends of the floor. He's got the foul, but maybe more of a foul on that play than it was on the actual shot.
Baden with the turn, poked away by Detmer. Having a solid couple of minutes here, calling for the ball from the corner now. Haller directing traffic, looking for a screen. He'll get one, elects not to pull the trigger. And how do you like 6'7" wingspan out on the perimeter
right?
defending?
There's not a lot of place you can go when you have 6'7" in front of you like that. I mean, just really limiting where your options.
Excellent ball movement here by the Colts, trying to spread things out, get the Minutemen off their mark. And the turn in the lane, the jumper falls. Bo Dernbreyer.
I like the patience at Clear Fork. I mean, they're trying to get that good shot. They got to protect the basketball in order to be that patient. Good take by Gage, just a little strong.
But the offensive board work has been strong so far for the Minutemen. Good looking put back there by Forbes.
So Lex is kind of backing off their full court pressure, just man to man right now.
Colt swinging around the perimeter, now backdoor cut. 3 ball on its way, comes up short from Detmer. And the Minutemen can hold for the final shot if they so choose.
I don't think they will. They're kind of that high energy offense right now. Maybe a little bit of contact on that shot as well, but gets it to go.
It's Jack Depperschmidt knocking down the mid-range Jay. Thought he got hit on the arm too as we're down to 5 seconds. The double team won't result in a turnover. Alex Depperschmidt hit the floor right in front of the student section.
The Lexington coaching staff love what they're seeing right now. I mean, guys just all over the place, creating havoc, just kind of creating that chaos for Clear Fork, and then just getting on the floor, trying to get every loose ball they can. Could not keep that one in play, but really great first quarter for the Lexington Minutemen.
And Clear Fork may be unaware of the time. Just want to take it in to the end of the quarter. It's 19-4 Lex after 1.
Providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. Call today and schedule your first session. First in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. That's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Smoking hot shooting performance by Lexington in the opening quarters got them on top 19-4 after the first quarter. Brian Skronsky, Jesse Ryder with you, and 7 of 10 shooting. Pretty good, Jesse, and the effort, the energy that the Minutemen were displaying there through 8 minutes of action, just it's cool to see.
Oh, absolutely. You look at 7 and 10, it's impressive, but when you look at their shot selection, I mean, they were a lot of transition points, a couple open threes. So for Clear Fork, the struggle has been keeping the basketball, not turning it over, not leading those transition points. Those were all things Coach Bechtel alluded to earlier, and just when we were talking to him. I think for them, it's just going to be, you got to keep learning, try to limit some of those mistakes, just keep going, keep competing, keep finding some different lineup looks, and just see where can we find some points, where we can find some rhythm in the game a little bit.
8 turnovers for the Colts in the first quarter. Recipe for disaster for them. Though taking their time here. First possession of the second. And they've got an offensive rebound and a stick back. Nice work inside from Caden Riddle, the junior.
Yeah, I like what Caden Riddle's been able to do. I know he got foul trouble a little bit early, but I thought his touches on the ball early were good. His finish at the rim was good. Just picked up kind of a light foul. And then there you see his ability to just kind of finish right there at the rim.
Caden Eichler has been impressive. He's now 3 for 3 from the floor.
Both teams kind of looking for that mid-range jumper. You don't see a lot of that, usually at this level. Usually it's layups or threes, but both teams kind of settling for that mid-range jumper. It's going to be a foul. Number 5, A.J. Young, just missed that trap a little bit, but
definitely like the intensity coming over for the double team. Clear Fork's had troubles with it so far.
I think what's impressive for Lexington, you look at 21 points, which is a great number at this point in the game. I think they already have 6 guys who have scored the basketball tonight. So that's some good ball movement, just multiple guys scoring in different ways.
Riddle with a nice pass off the block. Van Osel knocks it down, the first points for his varsity career.
We haven't seen Lexington run a lot in their half-court offense here. Most of it's been transition points. Good take by A.J. Young, but I think maybe lost the handle, partially blocked maybe, but certainly didn't make it to the rim there.
Young with the pressure, called for the reach-in foul as he was on to the body of Skoog. It's going to be team foul number 6 against Lex. Clear Fork's got 4.
A little interesting on the press break here for Clear Fork. They kind of go one-on-one, just rely that your ball handler can beat the Lexington defender. They've struggled to do it so far. Coach Bechtel just showing confidence in his young players to be able to take somebody one-on-one here in the backcourt, but it's certainly created a few turnovers early on.
This one spins out from the foul line. Now Lex pushing it forward with Depperschmidt. Down on the block, not a good entry pass, tipped away from Forup. And the Minutemen have had their fair share of turnovers as well. That's number 6.
Good confidence to handle the basketball there, just patient, attack the rim well. Didn't result in points, but certainly a better possession with all the pressure that Lexington's applied.
Second offensive rebound of the quarter for Clear Fork comes up empty. As Moore pushes. Now they'll come back up top.
Lexington certainly has some depth, too. I mean, they got about 8 guys that have already played significant minutes and done significant things early in the basketball game.
Including Mr. Forup. Off to a nice start to the season. His second field goal of the night.
Caden Riddle certainly is not afraid to shoot the ball there when he gets the ball at the top of the key. It's a bit of a tough take there. Clear Fork has been so patient early on in getting kind of the shots they want. Maybe a rush shot there, certainly not the shot they wanted to come out of it.
Now Moore off the attack, he loses the handle. Colt stampeding back the other way. Van Osdol not even paying attention. Looked like he was peering over at the Minutemen bench trying to get a signal or something.
I'm trying to figure out what he was actually looking at. I mean, he certainly seemed to be distracted. I don't know if the coach said something or they're just trying to find his footing. Oh, that was interesting.
So it's now double-digit Colt giveaways. Minutemen have been feasting off of those. On top by 14 right here. See if they can add to it. Long 2, but it finds the bottom. Elijah Hudson with the J.
Yeah, Lex is just able to score in so many ways. I mean, they got second chance off the rebounds, couple threes, couple layups, and they're just kind of getting everything right now.
Good job of breaking the pressure. Colts couldn't capitalize as Eichler so aggressive out on the perimeter. Just accelerating into every passing lane as the Colts lose that one out of bounds.
Yeah, pros and cons of gambling in that passing lane. When you get that pass, you're in for a breakaway layup. When you miss, it's 4-on-5 on the other end. So we've seen kind of both sides there. You see the pros for Lexington as they come away with a couple transition takeaways. But also, we've seen some numbers for Clear Fork as they kind of gambled and just missed the pass.
Hudson looking for some backdoor cuts. Throws it away. Holler all the way to the 10. Contact, no whistle. Referee was right there. Didn't see enough contact for free throws.
Yeah, certainly there's a lot of contact with the body. I don't think when he swung down with his arm, I don't think he hit him, but definitely they hit each other in there.
Good look at the Colt student section. Out here on the holiday weekend enjoying themselves. Can't really determine what the theme is, Jesse. I see some girls wearing some ties, maybe some prepster night, a couple of sweaters tied around.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out earlier. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's like a shot at like the Lexington stereotype. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's probably fits.
They're 5 minutes down the road. How different is it? I don't know. That's all right.
Quick hands out on the perimeter. Now here's Scoob to Holler, right back to him.
Yeah, Lexington tries to force kind of a pass they can anticipate right there, and this just missed the takeaway, but certainly that's the opportunity looking for. It's a hard foul there. But try and set him up to make an easy pass and then try and deflect that easy pass. Just missed the past couple opportunities on that play, though.
Bo Dombrayer at the line. Rattles home the first.
When you have a young team, there's two things that can help keep you in games. If you can defend well, and Clear Fork's kind of picked up their defensive intensity, and also if you can make free throws, that'll allow you to just kind of stay in the game to a certain level. So I think Clear Fork, they've been able to create some takeaways, create some turnovers. It's just not quite leading to points at the other end yet.
Thank you to Reggie letting us know that it is frat night here in the Valley, and we want to hear from all of our fans out there on our Facebook stream. So if you're taking in the action there, drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, your favorite players, when big plays happen. We want to know everything about your viewing experience here on the OH Report. Could land you on our fan zone as that one let loose, but off the mark from Moore. And it's going to result in yet another Clear Fork turnover. Looked like maybe Don Beer had it poked away. Get another great second look here.
Tyler Jackson, just active hands there. I'm not sure. He must slaps it down into his leg. How it ends up being Lex ball, I'm not sure. But certainly Tyler Jackson, active hands, just created that turnover.
The setup here for Jack Depperschmidt. Off the ball foul that's going to go against Clear Fork.
Going to be the second on Baden, excuse me.
So yeah, actually it's going to go against the Minutemen.
So Lex is going to go small, both 6'7" guys on the bench picking up 2 fouls. I don't know if that's great for Clear Fork or not, because these other guys that are out, I mean, they just pressure on the ball constantly. Just active hands. Quite a bit of contact there again running down the floor. That's just Gage Potter and how he plays. Whatever sport he's in, he's just a physical presence there.
Provides a different look for the Minutemen when they've got this, if you want to call it, smaller lineup out on the floor. Still a couple of 6'3s out there.
They're just so fast to the basketball, and Clear Fork really has. That was the first time in that possession I had an open look.
Had another one there, Mason Pipes. Just love the aggressive nature of the Minutemen. Everybody willing to give up the body when the ball is loose.
We did hear Coach Hamilton talk about his one concern in the scrimmages was kind of their excessive fouling. You know, in scrimmages, typically you don't foul out, you just kind of learn the lesson. And games like tonight, you start racking up the fouls. It keeps putting Clear Fork, who struggled offensively, at the line for free throws, and then you got to start kind of watching minutes and fouls as guys kind of get in and out of the lineup, watching those fouls keep adding up.
Now the lefty Van Osdol puts away both. He's got 5 points to lead Clear Fork offensively tonight. Trims the deficit down to a dozen.
Let's see what the offense looks like without either of the 6'7" guys in here. On off the ball movement.
Quick trigger, Jack Depperschmidt from straight away. Good looking stroke.
Yeah, it looked like he was almost fading away as he was going. It's really interesting, his shot approach. Fading away while going straight up at the same time.
And now Alex Depperschmidt creating the chaos, hands it off to Gage Potter. The two connected a bunch on the soccer field. And then the offensive rebound from Eichler. Minutemen putting some distance between them and the Colts now on the board. Quick 5.
This small lineup, we'll say, is really athletic. I mean, they're so fast, so aggressive to the ball, so difficult to just make easy plays. They're pressuring the ball all over the floor with this lineup that's in right now.
Really impressed so far with the play of Caden Eichler. Super versatile player, 6'3" from the wing. He's been defending well in the full court press. A couple of offensive rebounds for him and some putbacks, and I believe still perfect from the floor.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of versatility in this Lexington lineup. Even the guys who are 6'7", they're not just big guys. You know, it's not that traditional post player who just kind of sit down and bang down low. Conversation with the coach over there about whether he's out of bounds or not. Referee said no, coach said yes. But it's going to be over and back anyways.
Turnover struggles continuing here for Clear Fork. Into the half timing now, just 55 seconds. See how Lex elects to time this out. I'm sure they have the green light to take the shot if they see a good one. Colts just going man-to-man.
Lex might be looking for the last shot of the half. Maybe not.
Right on cue. Letting it fly right there from Jackson.
It's probably not the shot they wanted. Whether they're looking for the last shot of the half or not, I don't know, but it's probably not the shot they wanted. They just kind of square up to the basket there. The shot selection itself is not bad. Just kind of his body language kind of going away from the rim, not really playing it in there.
Haller draws a double team. And the reach in from Alex Depperschmidt. It's going to send him to the line 1-and-1. So the Colts with the opportunity to make it a 15-point lead with just 25 ticks to go here before the break.
So a lot of those 13 points for Clear Fork have come from this position right here. Some free throws in and out of there. So he's going to call a lane violation. I didn't see who was actually against, but I believe he called lane violation on Lexington for leaving early before the ball was released. And Clear Fork's able to capitalize.
First point of the night for Caleb Haller. Lone returning letter winner for the Colts. And he splits the pair. Tipped out of bounds off the leg of Eichler. Going to stick with Clear Fork. How about Cage Potter getting in there to come away with the steal?
They even fought through a bit of an illegal screen, just kind of bounced through it. It's going to be a foul on Clear Fork. 21 seconds left to go in the half. Gives Lexington probably one more possession here.
Travis is going to send it to break from the
Gage Potter certainly has been a force to be reckoned with defensively. I'm not sure how many steals he has yet, but he's created a lot without grabbing the ball and has certainly taken away some of his own as well. 5 seconds left.
And now Jackson trying to back down the defender, kicks it out. Potter with the up fake, lets it fly at the horn, too strong. And that will take us to the end of an opening half dominated by Lexington. They've got a 16-point cushion here at the Colt Corral. Impressive performance at both ends for the purple and gold. And we're going to catch up with Scott Hamilton, who is standing by.
Coach, you couldn't have asked for a better start to this game defensively. Caused a lot of turnovers. Is there anything you need to change defensively going into the second half?
Well, we've got to reduce the fouls a little bit, and I thought some of the buckets that they've got, even though we do have a good margin right now, some of the buckets they got were because of a lazy defense. We didn't rotate and give good help. My bigs weren't in real good position when the shot went up to get the rebound. They got some offensive boards and a putback. And, some of these kids for Clear Fork, I know right now that the scoreboard may not show, but they've got some skill, so we can't take it easy on them. We can't relax. And, a couple times our full court pressure, we didn't get into right positions. But the biggest thing right now is we just got to make sure we keep our hands off of them and finish it defensively with everybody on the floor.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break. The boys will be back with stats and much more here in halftime, live and free on the OH Report.
Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now.
James One Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James One Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, when you've got your lays that don't last many days, 'cause the whole family's here. Oh, wow. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all. The trees at an angle, the lights are all tangled. Doritos, good call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be smart food for munching, some ruffles for crunching, and snowball fights out in the snow.
Crying!
Run.
Family portraits are cheesy with Cheetos, it's easy. White shirts were a bad idea though. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Grab the queso and salsa. Don't double dip, you monster! Pass the Tostitos here. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be gifts for returning and recipes burning and snacks all laid out in a row. We'll smile through the season, hold tight to the reasons the holidays make our hearts glow. It's the most wonderful time, yes, the most wonderful time, oh, the most wonderful time of the year. Happy holidays! Happy holidays!
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
It's halftime inside of the Colt Corral after 2 quarters of action. Lexington 13-14 on top right now. I'm Brian Skoronsky with Jesse Ryder tonight, and hope you guys are enjoying those second, third, probably fourth helpings now of Thanksgiving leftovers and enjoying some high school basketball. And 2 great programs, Jesse, with 2 coaches that are closing in on being the all-time best in terms of wins and losses in the history of their program, but just in different places right now. Completely contrasted from a season ago where it was Clear Fork that had all those seniors on the team. Now it's Lexington with the veterans and off to a nice start up 16.
Absolutely. Well, high school basketball is a game of it's a roller coaster. So you got to be able to withstand kind of those swings and momentum up and down, and not just within the game for Clear Fork as well. It's you know, what are you going to do when everybody graduates, when your whole kind of program moves on to that next level, which is a great thing? What happens next? And Coach Bechtel was absolutely right at the beginning of the game. They have to eliminate turnovers, and they had to play good defense. Well, that first quarter, they didn't really do that. They struggled pretty tough to bring the ball down the court. But I thought their defensive pressure and intensity was good. It's allowing them to kind of just be around in the game. And then if they make free throws, I think it's just going to kind of keep the game at this distance for a while. If they start missing free throws, keep turning the ball over, it could get worse before it gets better.
Let's take a look at the first half stats presented by Frito Lay. And you're going to see that actually the rebounding, which we thought would heavily favor Lexington, 11-9. Clear Fork right now with the advantage with 12 field goals for the purple and gold versus just 3 for Clear Fork. You're never going to win a game, Jesse, unless you defend flawlessly, just making 3 field goals and a half.
Absolutely. Well, and the turnovers certainly don't help that either. I mean, it's not just missed shots, it's turnovers too.
And that's something that they did a lot, was miss field goals. 3 of 14, 12 of 20 on the other side for the Minutemen, 60% in the first half, as that is the tell of the tape so far up to this point. And we're going to talk with Stephen Bechtel. Our Travis Berardi has him right now. Go ahead, Trav.
Coach, start of the game, turned the ball over. That got you in that hole a little bit. Second half, what you need to do to limit turnovers and chip into this lead?
Yeah, just be strong with the basketball and expect that pressure and just step up and handle it.
All right, good luck in the second half.
Thanks a lot.
Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Travis. And for Coach Bechtel, I imagine there's a bunch of adjustments that you can try to make here in this second half, Jesse. It just really will be a matter of if the guys are able to implement it with these kids that are brand new, fresh faces to the varsity level. I mean, as much as you can game plan, sometimes you just run up against an opponent that just has it on you.
Yeah, certainly Coach Bechtel. Yeah, Coach Bechtel is definitely a competitor. I mean, he's going to try and compete and win these games, but I think he also realizes he's got a youthful team tonight that's going to learn a lot, get used to this atmosphere, get used to this pressure, get used to this opponent. And so a lot of just going to be, can we give experience and learn from the experience tonight? Obviously, they want to compete and win, but part of that is recognizing, we want to be better at the end of the year than we are right now. And so using this as kind of that teachable moment for Clear Fork, I think, is really going to be key. Obviously, in the first half, they're a little outmatched, could not handle the basketball, could not handle the pressure. But I think it's going to be, can we learn from that mistake? Can the second half be a little bit better? Can we be a little more confident with the basketball? Can we limit some of our turnovers and be competitive?
Well, they had a brutal first quarter. We're down 19-4. Second quarter cleaned things up, only trailed by a point, 11-10. Lexington won that. They've got the basketball here to open up quarter number 3, and this kid has been lights out from the start. Now 5 for 5 from the floor is Caden Eichler.
You know what's going to be interesting about this Lexington team as the season progresses? You could have a different high-scoring player nearly every night. I mean, just the way they play, kind of the way they pressure, they're going to get a lot of transition points. Caden has obviously shown his ability to be able to knock down some open jumpers. Baden, just that big guy down low who's just going to battle, rebound, a lot of second chance opportunities. Elijah, we've seen kind of got that perimeter play, can step out, knock down a couple threes. So it really could be any given player on any given night could be the high scorer for Lexington.
Colts maintaining their patience here, looking for a quality shot as they've got all 5 wide on the perimeter, trying to find a backdoor cut, get something easy down on the block. As Riddle fakes it to Skoog.
He got away with a double dribble. Everybody knew it, but the referee right there, he's shaking his head. No, I don't know what he saw, but
kind of surprised the purple haze there didn't go more berserk.
Yeah, I think everybody just kind of expected to be called, and then it wasn't, and then we just kept playing.
It'll be Van Osdol to throw it in here, the sophomore. Now Holler has been really quiet for being the one guy coming back this season. 0 for 2 from the field in the first half. Gives it away here, and Lexington making him pay. End to end goes Tyler Jackson.
Yeah, that was a bad pass. Just kind of an easy bounce pass. And we talk about Lexington, who's just so kind of just waiting for those easy passes in, and that's a dream right there for that Lexington press.
They send the double team. It's going to end up in the hands of Riddle now. 3-on-2. Skies that jumper. In and out for him.
Yeah, good looking opportunity. I mean, I think his shot's good. I just think it's not falling for him right now.
Off the double screen. Nice up fake. Looked like losing the handle, but right place, right time. 4 up, and he cleans up his own mess.
I think it's the second time I've seen AJ go up for a layup there and kind of lose the ball on the way up. Interesting, that time Baden was able to kind of clean it up and get some more easy points underneath the basket.
Skoog, nice no-look pass. Holler on the back door. Best looking half-court possession I think we've seen from Clear Fork so far.
Absolutely. Certainly, once you play with your head up and kind of just understand that pressure and where the pressure is coming from. Lexington has anticipated kind of that pass all night. For Clear Fork, it's kind of the opposite. You got to anticipate where the pressure is going to come from and just find the play kind of behind that pressure a little bit and stretch the defenders out.
Looking to build some momentum. Here are the Colts. Riddle trying to work it down on the block. Going right at Baden. Turns inside. Draws a whistle.
Yeah, I like when Caden's getting these post touches. I think he is going to be a tough matchup. I mean, right now he's matched up with someone who's 6'7". He's listed as 6'1". I don't know. He looks a little bit bigger than that, but I think when he gets those post touches with his back to the basket, he's confident. He's got a good-looking shot. I think those are touches they got to keep finding for Clear Fork.
Riddle with his first trip to the foul line here tonight. Gets it back under 20, 19-point cushion for the Minutemen.
That was Baden's third foul as well, so he's going to go back to the bench, kind of protect those fouls. What we talked about early on, foul trouble is tough. It's been a physical game. A lot of contact on rebounds, shots. Obviously, the press of Lexington, just a lot of contact kind of throughout the game.
Eichler stays perfect on the night. 6 for 6 from the field.
That was not an easy, not a lot of defensive pressure, but it was a long two and just so confident in his shot right now.
13 points, leads all scorers. Almost got the Colts by himself as they give it away.
Yeah, if he can shoot the ball like that, and Lex has so many other weapons, it becomes a very versatile team. We'll see if they face pressure like they apply pressure, how they'll handle that. But they're quick and they move the ball well. When you kind of face different matchups there, you just got to see how you respond.
Off the long rebound, missed jumper from Young. Skoog came away with it.
It's going to be a foul the coach is not going to be pleased with. That's a long foul off the ball, his third of the night. I think the referee's going to give him a little bit of a warning for, I believe, a little bit of verbal things that were said after the play as well. Just kind of a lack of discipline there in the foul and then after the foul as well.
Purple and gold keeping on the heat here defensively. Full court press, Clear Fork able to break it. And Logan Anderson took it into the cup, but found living hard once he got into the lane.
It's a big block by Elijah Hudson, especially with 3 fouls. Good take there by AJ. That's a big block, though, and he's got 3 fouls, and if you go up and to block that cleanly, you see the replay here. He's got that 6'7" wingspan, gets up and sends that right off the backboard.
First block shot tonight for Lexington. As they go inside, Eichler up to 15 points. He's heading to the stripe for more.
That's a well-designed inbounds play. Just kind of caught Clear Fork standing a little bit, so you kind of get that bailout play and just making some pressure and swings down, gets the foul. Eichler's just been on fire tonight.
Seven for 7 from the field. And keeps it perfect from the line. Checking out, though, in favor of Gage Potter. Really love what he brings off of the bench, and pretty much everyone right now that Scott Hamilton is bringing in off of the bench for Lexington, playing hard, making a difference when they're on their floor, definitely capitalizing on their minutes and their opportunities.
Absolutely. I mean, I think they're about 8 players deep. I mean, they bring a 6'7" guy off the bench, Gage Potter off the bench, and one of the depth. I mean, those guys are starting to probably about any other team in the area. And they just are a deep, versatile team. I think they're still figuring. You heard Coach kind of talk about halftime. They're still figuring out some of their defensive positioning and rotations. You'll see a couple breakdowns every once in a while, a couple just missed assignments, just maybe a lack of communication from time to time. Even on that last press break, you saw AJ kind of jump too far over and left the guy in the middle open. If he takes away that pass, it's Lexington basketball.
Offense looking so tough right now for the Colts. Riddle, turnaround jumper, best look they can get on that possession.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to be fading away from the basketball right there. Just go into Elijah's got 3 fouls. This is the 3rd time I've seen AJ go up for a layup and just lose the ball.
Frustrated with himself as it ends up being a Lexington turnover. And AJ going to head over to the bench. Alex Depperschmidt out onto the floor.
Coach is talking about that press break right there. He jumped the wrong way, left the guy in the middle wide open. Coach is, he's going to make sure he learns that lesson. Those are those first game lessons where you just, again, it's hard to duplicate a lot of what you can't see in scrimmages and practices. So these are good learning experiences for both teams. The score's a little lopsided at this point, but still want to gain valuable game experience.
And Scott Hamilton, one of the best in the biz that we have in Richland County and our surrounding areas. As Riddle bullies his way inside, missed a shot in tight.
That's a good aggressive take. I like that approach. I think you keep going down low. You keep feeding him. He's going to make those shots probably the majority of the time. So you live with some of those misses.
Off the drive, Elijah Moore fouled. Referee actually says it was on the shot attempt, so he'll head to the free throw stripe. Elijah has not been to the charity stripe yet tonight.
He hit a 3 early on and a layup earlier. I think he's going to kind of find his rhythm offensively too. I mean, he kind of plays a little bit. Sometimes he's down low, sometimes he's on the perimeter, sometimes he's up top on the press. So he's going to find a lot of different ways. So he's got to be able to score in a lot of different ways. And so far tonight, he's shown 2. Let's see if he can pick up the freebie here. 0 for 2 from the lines. Tough break there for Elijah.
But how exciting the future for that kid. Just a sophomore already with that length, the ability out on the perimeter, as you mentioned, showcase, nice touch from deep. So you imagine he's going to develop into a really tough matchup by the end of this season, and certainly moving forward, as Depperschmidt with a big block and comes away with the basketball too.
Yeah, Lexington is just so active defensively with hands all over the place. So if you have the basketball, you just expect that pressure and just the hands all over. And if you hesitate, they're going to get you. That's just really what's been kind of costly for Clear Fork a few times, just trying to second guess what they're doing. And it's the speed and pressure of Lexington has created some turnovers.
More nice move to get into the lane. Going to be fouled by Detmer on the shot. See Hudson Moore, that between the legs move just blew right by Dombier.
Yeah, just good handling the basketball there. Heads up. I mean, you saw where the defender was. Just quick crossover to get the place he wanted. Hard foul by Detmer just to make sure there's no and one attempt.
Hudson 72% from the line last year. Second best scorer on the squad, over 9 points per contest.
Certainly Lexington has been able to score in a lot of different ways. They have struggled from the free throw line. They've missed 3 straight.
So one place the Clear Fork's really had success tonight, winning the battle right now at the free throw line. Though Moore knocks down the second. And we'll head over to the bench. Eichler back into the mix.
Yeah, the depth of a Lexington allows them to just keep this pressure up. You know, sometimes you see teams like this and they start subbing in guys, it's just not the same intensity, the same press, and the same kind of scheme. But for Lexington, they keep rotating guys in of high level and keep getting plays like this.
Eichler was able to shoot into the passing lane. Initially came up with the turnover, and now he's playing back on the press. Was the point man earlier. Shows some of the versatility that he has when he's on the floor as a defender.
Yeah, the foul was called on Gage there. I thought it was going to be on Clear Fork. You can watch the replay here. A lot of bodies just kind of flying everywhere. I don't know. I mean, both guys kind of diving in for the ball. Gage makes some contact off the ball, so I guess there could be a foul there.
Gage Potter definitely plays like he's a defensive back, just flying into the pile. Though he's a soccer kid, but was always a physical presence up top as a forward.
Absolutely.
Look at how far they chase Riddle out away from the basket.
Yeah, I think for Clear Fork, you got to find touches around the rim in the paint there a little bit for him. And he's got some size, he's got some length on everybody.
Got nice vision there, swings it, scoop, drives baseline, shuffled the shoes before he did so. And the Colts give it right back to Lex. We've got a huge lead here on the road, up 24, and just under a minute now to go before we get to money time of the fourth.
Yeah, I really like to see kind of Caden get down low and just battle with Elijah a little bit. I mean, Elijah's a good player, but I think Caden's got some offensive weapons. Maybe get him to pick up his fourth foul, force Lex to go small a little bit. I think you just got to keep feeding Caden down low.
Pull up Jay, and the perfect 9 over from the field for Eichler. 7 of 8 now.
He's got a smooth-looking jump shot, though. You'll find a lot of high school kids who are athletic and dynamic and good, able to finish at the rim, but can't really shoot the ball well. He's hit from all over tonight.
This is where Riddle, I think, can be dangerous from the foul line. The face-up, but the long, Gumby arms there come away with the block for Hudson, or more, rather. Wow, that was great recovery. Oh, that is Hudson, sorry.
Yeah, Elijah Hudson. Yeah, that was just a big, long play. 3 to end the quarter, just a little short.
So Lexington all over Clear Fork through 3. We head to the fourth with them on top by 24.
James One Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. Call today and schedule your first session. First in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50.
Coach, you have a young squad.
See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Nice look at our own Travis Berardi getting a shot from up in the Clear Fork student section. Colts Nation hasn't had a ton to cheer about, though, so far here tonight. They've got 21 shots, Jesse Ryder, compared to 16 turnovers on the night.
Yeah, it's some tough plays here in the first and third quarter were not great offensively for the Colts. A lot of turnovers. And that time, the third quarter wasn't as many turnovers, still some. It's just missed shots and good defensive play by Lexington, and there you see a 5-second call. I mean, Lex is forcing turnovers in just a variety of ways right now. It's just the pressure on the ball. It just led to traveling, led to 5-second counts, and then obviously the steals and takeaways as well.
Definitely, I think, credit just the ferociousness of Lexington on the defensive end and some of the athletes that they're throwing on the floor here tonight. A lot of excitement for this team heading into the campaign, and they are off to a great start, and defensively, that is really where they have shined tonight. Colts under 20 points here as we're in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they have struggled offensively. That's the touch they want, though, right here. Let Caden work a little bit, bring in a second team or a double team there. Kick it out. Those are the shots you want. I think you've got to see Caden go up every once in a while, though, and you see the pressure of Tyler Jackson kind of nearly creating a turnover. A forced 3 from Clear Fork.
And just the second triple attempt of the night from Victor Skoog. He's been really hesitant to pull the pin when he's been beyond the arc.
Yeah, I don't think the three-point game is Clear Fork's game right now. I think that, honestly, I think they're trying to figure out their offense a little bit of where are points and buckets going to come from. I think Caden's going to have some touches down low, kind of keep battling. I know he's matched up against 2 6'7" guys tonight, but I think in most games he's going to be. It's going to be an offensive foul. Didn't see it there. Offensive foul on. Let's see who he calls it on.
Going to go against Baden Forup, so his 4th foul.
I think he said 22, yeah.
Okay, so Hudson Moore actually picking up the personal.
But for Clear Fork, I just haven't seen that score yet. Who wants the ball, who wants to get the shots up, and to me it looks like Caden needs to get touches on the ball. They've got some other guys who are working in the offense, but no one's really looking to go to the rim or looking to get shots up. It's definitely kind of just keeping possession of the basketball.
You're absolutely right. Nobody has risen to the occasion yet for Clear Fork. Holler, with the only varsity experience, thought maybe he would try to take over at some point during the night. He's been super quiet. Victor Skoog, too, as mentioned on the previous possession, he's been hesitant to take his shot. And with Lexington just flying into the passing lane as well as they have tonight, it has been tough. But a good bucket there from Bo to make it a 22-point deficit.
Those were 3 near steals from the defensive end of Lexington that led to a Clear Fork bucket there. When we talked about the pros and cons, twice I thought they came away with it, and it just kind of ended up in Bo's hands both times.
Foul on the floor is going to go against Victor. A.J. Young didn't lose it on the way up that time.
Referee is not impressed. He just gave him a glare. It's like, I mean, it wasn't that carried away. The referee, he warned in the first minute of the game about no extra shots after the whistle.
Yeah. He's trying to maintain order. This is what it looks like from the eyes of the Clear Fork student section. Travis Vision up there hanging out with Colt Nation.
They are confirming that the foul was on 22, which would be Hudson Moore and not 32 Baden Forup. The referee just want to confirm that at the scorer's table over here, which is interesting. The scorer's table didn't have it up there, so I don't know what the conversation actually was about, but perhaps the coach had a question.
Off the handoff, Eichler misses last 3 now. Couldn't chase down his own miss. Rebound from Holler. Colt student section thought there was some contact there. Could have warranted a whistle. Instead, it's Baden shooting in there, coming up with the steal. And they're closing in on 20 giveaways on the night, are the Colts.
It is tough to win a basketball game when you give away 20 possessions that don't result in even a shot. That's kind of what we've seen here. I mean,
some great fat heads in the building tonight, too. A Baden Forup, a couple of different-looking Badens. You know, there's smiley, happy Baden. There's screaming, intense Baden.
They were blocking some views for a while. So thankfully, they put them on the back wall, and people are able to see the whole game now. But it's going to be 1-1, which is going to put Baden Forup to the line now.
Not a great free throw shooter a season ago. I believe under 60% on the year. Shot it better from the floor. That one hits the rim a few times, won't go down. Skoog chases down the miss.
Yeah, he certainly has an interesting free throw approach. You watch how the ball leaves his hand. It's high and almost behind his head, and kind of the way the ball spins, just very interesting for a player of his ability to have that kind of free throw style.
Victor off the 2-man game. Pull-up jumper, mid-range, wow. Eichler with the recovery.
He has had a nice game, and we talked about how well he was shooting early on, but he's been everywhere defensively too. I mean, he's got a couple steals, a couple rebounds, and now a big block to go with it as well.
Holler has to bring it up top for Riddle. Haven't seen much in the second half from Van Osdol.
offensively, we haven't seen much of anybody from Clear Fork in the second half. These are the touches I think they want, though. Now he's just got to have a little confidence with his back to the basket, but I think he's got to let him battle down low. And it's just kind of that type of offense, I think, for Clear Fork, just kind of bruise and battle down low.
Foul goes against Baden Forup, his 4th. See if they try to attack him. We'll send Riddle down low, sets a screen. Kick ball is going to be the call. Jackson ended up coming away with the rock. Didn't really see it there on the Charter Next Gen replay.
Yeah, he certainly kind of called it from the back too, which, I mean, the other ref was right there, but it's what he saw, I guess. Again, that pass for Clear Fork has cost them so many points, right? They'll get the ball on one of the sides and it's kind of a lazy pass back to the middle, and Lex is just waiting for it. And certainly when there's no pace on the ball or it's just kind of sloppy or easy, then Lex is just coming away with it every time.
Just not a wise pass by the sophomore right there. 3 guys in purple all around. They go for the lob to Baden. It's going to go back to the free throw line. So just having fun here. Little backyard ball. Yeah, who's that intended for?
Actually, too, it probably was to Carson, or to Caden, excuse me, would be my guess. But Baden's a pretty big guy, too. So I don't know. Caden's positioning would lead me to believe it was to him. But Baden certainly came down with it and does make a free throw there.
I mean, there was potential for them to each get a hand on this and throw it down at the same time. Then who would the points go to? Do they split them, one for each?
Yeah, highlight reel dunk in the first game of the year. Clear Fork got away with a bit of a lane violation. Number 12 jumped in front of him right before the shot was up at him. It just kind of jumped right in. I think the ball was still in his hands.
Then the foul. Eichler. Just going to be his first of the night, as aggressive as he's been.
Yeah.
A little bit of a surprise.
What a great game he's had. So, I mean, obviously offensively he's done whatever he needs to do. But defensively he's had a couple steals. He had that big block a couple possessions ago. I mean, he's been all over the court.
Got him down actually for 6 steals on the night, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 16 points. Definitely a contender for a Mechanics Bank player of the game, as that one falls with a beautiful kiss off the glass from Adam Van Osdell.
Kind of a low-scoring affair here. Lexington opened up to a pretty big lead early on, but it's not scored a lot here in the third and fourth quarter. And neither has Clear Fork, really.
Logan Anderson checks in for Clear Fork.
It's going to be a Clear Fork timeout.
Just a lot to be excited about, I think, here tonight, Jesse, if you're Scott Hamilton and his club. Just mixing and matching different lineups. And after a season ago where, as mentioned in the pregame, they played more games than they actually had practices during the season with a team that was super duper young a year ago. And they fought through. It was their worst season, wins and losses wise, since 1961-62 when they went 1-17. But they learned a lot. They grew, developed as a team, and you see it's blossoming here. And talking to a couple of coaches around the area, they felt like this probably be the best team in Richland County.
Yeah, sir, and their depth is really incredible. I mean, they've been rotating guys in and out. So it's, great players are not getting a ton of minutes because they've got other guys to get in and catch their, kind of catch their breath a little bit, get back in, and so their depth is certainly going to be advantageous for them as they get into some bigger games and even some crosstown rivalry games coming up soon.
And the last time they had this type of depth, about 4 years ago, 2017-18, when they made that run all the way to the state Final Four. Will they have a guy and a presence step up like they had in Cade Stover that year that can carry them? We'll find out, but maybe it's just going to be by committee from week to week. You never know who, like you mentioned, who could be the best scorer on the night.
Yeah, certainly, Eichler definitely has got the best offensive game in terms of jump shot and shooting ability, but the way they play is going to lead to a lot of transition points, a lot of just, it's going to be another foul, yep. That should be it for Baden. That'll be his 5th.
And this is a great look from the Purple Haze over there. Travis now in the Lexington student section, so fitting in where he can and trying to feel young again. And with that baby face, the kid almost passes a high schooler.
Absolutely. See Baden checking out the game with his 5th foul.
And a nice wave there from the Purple Haze. Always bringing it. One of the best student sections around.
I would say these are probably 2 of the best student sections in the area. I think Ontario's got a great group as well. But, I mean, these guys, they always have fun. They're loud. They're a good time. Caden Riddle misses his first free throw attempt. And his second. Depperschmidt boxed out nicely there. And now Lex is going to go the other way with a little bit of speed.
See if they get a quick shot. Moore bullies his way in, flips it up. Came up well short. Hudson was tangled up.
I'm not sure who the foul's going to be on here because they kind of fell into each other and then he fell on top of them. So let's see. Looks like he is going to call it on Lexington, on Hudson Moore. Kind of just there's some contact before, then they fell into each other and fell on top of it. And the referee is giving the foul on Hudson Moore. So it's going to be free throws for Clear Fork at the other end of the court.
Kind of just felt like one of those situations. It's like pickup sticks. When things kind of fall on each other, they just got picked up wrong and then fell back down again, Jesse.
It looked for a moment like there might have been some ill intent, but the referee was right there on top of it, and both guys got up smiling, shook hands, nothing there.
Clear Fork comes up empty, though, from the free throw line.
Yeah, they've also missed their last free throw attempts. That was what they did do well in the first half. See Elijah Hudson there just really stretching his game out there. If they've got multiple long-distance jump shooters, that is tough to defend.
Pushes him up to 8 points on the night.
The Clear Fork student section chanting for "Let's play football," which is a little demoralizing to your own team, if we're honest, but yeah, it has happened.
Up and under play, not there in terms of the finish for Anderson. So Lex races the other way. Jack Depperschmidt, what a clean look. And then going right down Main Street, Moore with the catch and the layup.
Well, you know what's interesting, as I watch this Lexington lineup, they might be better with their second unit than their first unit right now. Nothing against the first unit, just these guys, they're in sync with each other, they're moving the ball well, they're defending well. I think more points have come from the second unit than the first unit.
Could be 3 soccer guys out there.
Certainly, Elijah Hudson's in the mix as well. He's got a couple threes and layups down there as well. I mean, they're scoring in a variety of ways, where the first unit really is just kind of scoring in a couple of different ways too. But obviously, both very talented. I really like what the second unit has done so far.
Definitely different. Brings a few different areas and elements to the game where the first unit just simply does not. Definitely some speed out on the perimeter. So for Lexington, you mix and match here, I imagine, over the first couple of weeks of the season and see what gels, what works when you take guys out of the starting lineup. But maybe for them, could be an approach where it's like 3-4 guys coming in and out all at the same time that have good chemistry with one another. As you noted, these 5 that are on the floor right now do seem to have some nice flow and feng shui to their game.
Feng shui, nice. I like it. Well, I think the other part of it is they can wear teams down. So in games that might be close, if you keep this pressure with 8 or 9 players, rarely will you see a high school team that will have the depth that you will have. So I think you'll start seeing teams they either cause fatigue or you just take advantage of their second unit and just keep getting the takeaways and the points from there.
Definitely a tough matchup to open up the season for Clear Fork. After graduating so many great players, including Brady Tedrow, 9th all-time leading scorer in the history of the program. So replacing guys like that, never an easy task. And the Colts got to try to find some dudes that really just want to take over the game. Seems like Riddle, one of those guys, has a good feel for it when he touches the ball. At different points in the contest tonight, Van Osdol has felt like that guy. But then the complementary pieces, how are they going to all fit together here as the season continues to progress? Obviously, a good learning experience, at least here tonight, for Clear Fork to see what it looks like to play against a team that they likely will have to run into in tournament in Division II.
Absolutely. And defensively, Clear Fork's done a nice job. I mean, a lot of Lexington's points have just been on transition, with so many takeaways they've created and the turnovers they've created. So you're right. For Clear Fork, it's going to be what does their half-court offense look like? Because that's led to a lot of turnovers and not a lot of shots, let alone making the shots. So what's the rhythm of the offense for Clear Fork? We got a new player checking in for Lexington on that free throw attempt. I believe Jamarion Fagan is checked in. The junior getting his first varsity minutes tonight.
Here he is driving the lane. Tipped out of bounds. Almost went off him.
And I thought for sure he threw it out of bounds. He made definitely defensive play on the ball, but I thought he touched it last out of bounds.
So Lex going to keep the rock 1 point away from having their opponent doubled up here. Season tip-off the day after Thanksgiving has been all Minutemen from start to finish. Exploded in the first quarter where they dropped 19, held Clear Fork to 4, and they have basically maintained for the rest of the night.
Clear Fork checking in a few new players as well. With Aaron Brown, Logan Richmond, and Mason Pipes have checked into the game.
And for Coach Bechtel, just because these guys haven't played through the first 3 quarters doesn't mean that they won't end up being in the mix. I mean, there's so much inexperience on this team. I really feel like it's going to be trial and error for them until after Christmas before you start seeing the real guys that are going to be on their probably 6, 7, 8-man rotation.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I think we talked a lot about the points that have graduated, the rebounds, and all those different statistics. A lot of it's just minutes. You need guys who can come in and just be aggressive defensively. Kind of figure out the nuances of each player and what they add to each rotation. So that's going to be a lot of it. Hey, when you get your chance on the floor, you're going to make a positive impact or a negative impact. You're going to keep the ball, turn the ball over. Are we getting shots up because of it? Are we getting stops because of it? So these are valuable minutes, even though the score is certainly one-sided. Valuable minutes for the Colts.
Turnaround jumper comes up short from Van Osdol. Previous possession saw the first bucket of the night from Jax Lamp. And the final 20 seconds just going to melt away here. I'm being asked now, Jesse, for our MVP player. I think maybe we're going to be in agreement on the count of 3. Does it say the kid's name? 1, 2, 3?
Cade
Nycler.
Yeah,
let's go with it. Yeah, he did it all night on both sides, offense, defense, and so did Lexington, getting it done as your final score, 51-25. More than doubling up Clear Fork to kick off our coverage of boys high school basketball in the 2021-22 season in the purple and gold. Looking like about how we expected. A lot of veterans back and a lot of depth. We'll step aside. We'll be back. Final stats. A little bit of chat about what's to come on the OH report. And then also an MVP interview with Cade Nycler. That's all on the other side. Keep it here.
Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now.
James 1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James 1 Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, when you've got your lays that don't last many days, 'cause the whole family's here. Oh, wow. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all. The trees at an angle, the lights are all tangled. Doritos, good call! It's the happiest season of all. There'll be smart food for munching, some ruffles for crunching, and snowball fights out in the snow.
Crying!
Run.
Family portraits are cheesy with Cheetos, it's easy. White shirts were a bad idea though. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Grab the queso and salsa. Don't double dip, you monster! Pass the Tostitos here. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be gifts for returning and recipes burning and snacks all laid out in a row. We'll smile through the season, hold tight to the reasons the holidays make our hearts glow. It's the most wonderful time, yes, the most wonderful time, oh, the most wonderful time of the year. Happy holidays! Happy holidays!
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Bit of a statement win to tip off the boys high school basketball season tonight in an all-Richland County showdown won by Lexington. The purple and gold smash Clear Fork 51-25 here on the road inside of the Colt Corral. And Skoronsky alongside Jesse Ryder. And as we're going to dive into these final stats of the night, Jesse, you know, we thought that Clear Fork could have a chance if they could take care of the basketball. That was not the case.
Yeah, turnovers were certainly key. You know, I think when you get into your first game, you gotta, you know, you expect some mistakes, you expect some turnovers, but the pressure from Lexington, the inexperience from Clear Fork, I think those things combined really just led to a lot of open opportunities, transition buckets for Lexington, and missed opportunities for Clear Fork. When you give the ball away 19 times, where you're not even getting a shot up, when you're not shooting the ball well, you're not getting a lot of great shots anyways, it just really adds on. And so I think for Clear Fork, that number was just insurmountable tonight.
Lexington finished the game 21 of 37 from the floor, just 6 of 27 for Clear Fork. 1 of 6 from downtown. Whereas on the other side, Lexington, they only shot 7 threes on the night, but they were able to make 4 of them, Jesse. So this was a team that was efficient on offense, and they really, really were physical on defense and just trying to jump everything.
Yeah, I think for Lexington, 2 things really stand out in terms of improvement for the next kind of go-around. Free throws weren't great. They did not shoot for as well as they shot the ball in the field, they did not shoot the ball that well at the free throw line. And, as Coach Hamilton alluded to earlier, they had a lot of fouls. They talked about it. Certainly their high-pressure defense is going to lend itself to that. But, a lot of fouls that were not near the ball or off the ball, or just a lot of those extra fouls where you don't want those fouls to add up to your count. So I think those type of mistakes are really going to – you got to learn your lesson from those.
One player that really played fast and effective without fouling, just one for him on the night, our MVP, Caden Eichler.
Time now for our Mechanics Bank MVP, Caden Eichler from the victorious Lexington Minutemen. 16 points, 6 steals, 5 rebounds. Not a bad night for you.
Yeah, it was a good team win. We all contributed. We've been working all off season for this, so it felt good to come out and get our first win.
Last year, only 4 wins. You guys were a young squad. You didn't have much of a prep time because of COVID, not much summertime. Go into this year, just how confident are you guys having a full off season and a full season under your belt?
Oh, it felt really good. Last year we were young, and this year we came in the off season. Everyone was working, but everyone was playing fall sports, so we all got in the gym at later times, but everyone worked to come back as good as we could, so it felt good.
Right from the start tonight, defense really kicked in for you guys. Multiple turnovers in that first quarter. I think you forced 8 turnovers in that first quarter to build the lead. How important was it to get that big lead early on?
It's really important. Defense is probably Coach's biggest emphasis that he tells us every practice. Defense is what's going to win us games. So it felt really good to come out and force all those turnovers, get us extra possessions and all that stuff. So.
And after last season, just starting off this year 1-0, that's going to make you guys feel more comfortable and feel better about what you could possibly have coming up.
Yeah, it felt great coming off 1-0. Just got to move forward and keep winning each week. Every week's another game, so just got to play one at a time.
All right, well, congratulations, our MVP, Mechanics Bank, Caden Eichler. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Send it back to you guys to wrap things up.
All right, appreciate it, Travis and Caden, for joining us there for the interview. And I think he's absolutely right. It was just a great team win overall. He was the star that shined a little bit brightest here tonight, Jesse, but at the same time, they had a lot of guys that contributed when they were on the floor. When you start looking at the minutes of some of these players tonight, 23 for Caden, second on the team behind Hudson Moore, and then 17 minutes for Gage Potter off of the bench, 19 minutes for Jack Depperschmidt off of the bench, another 12 for Tyler Jackson, Alex Depperschmidt over 11 minutes, AJ Young 13 minutes. So they were spreading the wealth in terms of time on the floor, and everybody, it seemed like, when they were out there contributing, making some positive steps toward getting a win.
Absolutely. What's going to be interesting for this Lexington team, everybody will be concerned about who starts in the starting lineup, but really for this team, my question would be who finishes, right? When the game's kind of close and you're battling down the stretch, who's your final 5? Not so much the starting 5, because that might rotate and you might see that, but who's the final 5? Who's your go-to 5 where you need to stop and you need to bucket these 5 on the floor to get it done? And it's going to be interesting to see, as this season progresses, how the lineup might change for Lexington, because there is a wealth of talented players in very similar style. So it might just be that, on one night, this guy's making his shots, the other guy's not. A lot of little variables might factor into playing time down the stretch.
Be interesting to see how Scott Hamilton chooses to use this lineup throughout the year. Now, victory number 146 for him, closing in on John Barr for the most wins in program history. Could overtake him. He just needs 12 more to tie him in just his 9th season. So big shout out to Scott Hamilton for getting things rocking here early on for the Minutemen. All right, that's going to wrap up our coverage from inside of the Colt Corral. 51-25, Lexington puts it on Clear Fork on opening night to open up the boys high school basketball season. And want to thank our crew for helping bring the game to you guys here live and free. Jory Hollenbeck, Travis Berardi on the cameras. Adam Thompson was working the 1s and 2s. And I'm Brian, and Jesse, we were talking to you. Mechanics Bank, Frito Lay, our sponsors, along with James 1 Inc. and Charter Next Generation Films. Please support them as they support us in our live and free coverage on the OH Report. Plenty more action coming up here tonight. Check all of our social media outlets for different highlights. Also got some football going down too. A couple of undefeateds, West Holmes and Chardon playing, and then we've got a live stream tomorrow for the Cary Blue Devils. Can they get to the state championship game? Find out with us tomorrow at 9:30. But that's going to wrap it up for tonight. So from the Valley, we are out of here.